In our previous video, we looked at solving a system of equations using the substitution method. In this video, we're going to look at another method of solving for the x and the y that make both of these equations true statements, and we're going to use what's called the elimination method. And our objective, as before, was to try to get both equations together as a single equation with a single variable. So then we can just solve for the variable in that equation. To use the elimination method, you're going to have two steps. You're going to multiply, and you're also going to add. And what we're trying to do is look at the coefficients either of x or of y and get the same number, one positive and one negative, so that when we add the two equations, we eliminate that variable. So I'm going to look at the 5 and the 2 here and think about what would I multiply the 5 by and the 2 by to get the same number, one positive, one negative. Or I could look at the 4 and the negative 7. Because I already have a negative for this one, I'm going to choose to eliminate my y's. So I'm going to think about what would I multiply 4 by and negative 7 by to get the same number. And I'm going to see that 28 is the smallest possible multiple of 4 and 7. So I would multiply the first equation by 7 and the second equation by 4. So if I multiply through the entire equation by 7, 35x plus 28y equals 7 times 23. I'm going to go ahead and pull my calculator out for that one. 161. And then I'm going to multiply the second equation by 4. And notice that here I have positive 28y, negative 28y. And that's what I wanted, because now when I add the two equations, 35 plus 8, I have 43x, and then the y's are eliminated. That's why it's called the elimination method. That was our objective. Equals 161 minus 32 is 129. And then I can divide both sides by 43. And I have x is equal to 3. So to use the elimination method, we are going to multiply one or both equations to get the same coefficient. Then we are going to add the two equations to eliminate the variable. Then we will solve the resulting equation. And then now we know what x is, we need to know what y is. We do not have to go back and redo the elimination process. What we can do is back substitute into one of the equations, and we can use either equation, just whichever one looks easier. I'm just going to choose the first one. So if I have the equation 5x plus 4y equals 23, and I'm putting the 3 in for the x, and I am solving for y now. And we have y equals 2. So my solution is x is 3 and y is 2. That was the elimination method. We're going to see in our next couple of lessons that we're going to use the elimination method to solve using a very, very step-by-step specific process called the Gauss-Jordan elimination method.